seeing, even in Gemini 3, which is an exceptional model, is this idea of hallucinations. So I think there was one metric that said it can still give an answer when actually it should decline.
Yes.
I mean, could you build a system where Gemini gives a confidence score in the same way that AlphaFold does?
Yeah, I think so. And I think we need that, actually. And I think that's sort of one of the missing things. I think we're getting close. I think the better the models get, the more they know about what they know, if that makes sense. And I think the more reliable, you could sort of rely on them to actually introspect in some way or do more thinking and actually realize for themselves that they're uncertain or there's uncertainty over this answer. And then we've got to sort of work out how to train it in a way where it can output that as a reasonable answer. We're getting better at it, but it's still sometimes, it sort of forces itself to answer when it probably shouldn't. And then that can lead to a hallucination. So I think, a lot of the hallucinations are of that type currently. So there's a missing piece there that sort of has to be solved. And you're right, as we did solve it with AlphaFold, but in obviously a much more limited way.
Because presumably behind the scenes, there is some sort of measure of probability of whatever the next token might be.
Yes, there is of the next token. That's how it all works. But that doesn't tell you the overall arching piece. How confident are you about this entire fact or this entire statement? And I think that's why you're